A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. So, it's a victory to start off the T20 series against Sri Lanka. Yes, my viewers and subscribers. The Caribbean men, they were able to secure a victory by 5 wickets. So, I'm going to spend some time just going through the scorecard. Also, going to be giving you my opinion as it relates to some of what happened throughout the game. So just give a listening ear until the end. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to this platform, please consider subscribing. It will help us out a lot. All right. All right. So Captain Rahman Powell, he won the toss and, he decided to have a bowl first. In my opinion, it was the right choice because, the weather was a bit all over the place prior to the start of the game. So they weren't too sure what would have happened if they would have to leave the field or anything. So, it was like, all right, let's have a bowl first. Now, luckily for us watching, once the game started, there wasn't any break because of rain or anything. So Sri Lanka batted first and they scored 179 for 7. Yes, 179 for 7. And I mean, it's not a bad total, not a bad score at all. But, luckily for us, the return of Evan Lewis and Brandon King basically put the Sri Lanka bowlers under pressure. I tell them, my viewers and subscribers, it was raining 6s and 4s out there when those two were at the wicket. So let me just go through Sri Lanka's batting card first. I'll talk a little bit about our bowling and then I will go into the runs chase. So 179 for 7. And, they were led by Asalanka, the captain. He made 59 from 35 with 9 fours. And, he had a good partnership with Mendes. So both of them out there, my people, at that stage, seemed as if the game was basically, sliding away from us. Even though we didn't bat it or anything, but just the partnership that they were having there, it was really good. So 179 is what they got, as I said. So those were the two guys that top scored there. Kusal Mendes, he made 19 from 16. We also had Rajapaksa getting 17. So, that's how it went. In terms of how they lost the wickets, 20 for 1, 27 for 2. So, we were able to strike in the power play. So we took 2 wickets in the power play. And I mean, we gave away a good amount of runs in the power play, but at the end of the day, it so happened that, we were able to pull it back in the back end. So 20 for 1, 27 for 2, 58 for 3, 140 for 4. So that's the partnership that I'm talking about. So from 58 for 3, they went all the way up to 140 for 4. Now, the good thing is that even though, they didn't lose any wickets between 58 for 3 to 140 for 4. Our bowlers, they still remained on task, you understand? And the catching, let me be specific, the catching was excellent. We saw a couple of fumbles and a couple of misfields on the ground. But the catching, oh my God, I saw 3 catches that I was very, very impressed with. Rastan Chase took 1, Goody Kishmoti took 1, and Evan Lewis took 1, moving backwards. That was a very, very good catch also. So 140 for 4, then it was up to 163 for 5, 171 for 6, 175 for 7. Now, if they had finished stronger, they probably would have got upwards of 190. So we still have to give a little bit of credit to Romari Shepherd and a couple of the other bowlers that bowled in the back end. Now, for the first time in a long while, we bowled out our power play. We bowled out the entire power play without using any spin. Generally speaking, we would have Akil Hussain, sometimes Rastan Chase, bowling 1 or 2 overs in the power play. Without Akil Hussain today, the skipper decided to go with the seamers. Alzari Joseph ended up giving away 40 runs from 4 overs, picked up 1 wicket. Shamar Joseph, who I thought was very, very good. Very good, my people. He bowled 4 overs, 27 runs, 1 wicket. He also had a couple of close calls. So 1 for 27, not too bad. Romari Shepherd, 4 overs, 39 runs, 2 wickets. Once again taking the responsibility of bowling, a couple of tough overs for us. Raston Chase, economical as per usual, 4 overs, 29 runs, didn't pick up any wickets. Goodikish Moti, he ended up bowling 2 overs for 16 runs and picked up 1 wicket. Shamar Springer, 2 overs, cost him 25 runs and he got a wicket. Now, Shamar Springer, his first over went for some runs, my people, but he came back in the second over, picked up a very important wicket, and he was actually the one that got rid of Mendes. He got rid of him for 51. So that really gave us the opportunity to start getting further down into their batting. So even though he went for runs in the first over, he came back and bowled exceptionally well. The only thing is, my people, Goodikish Moti, 2 overs, 16 runs. You understand, 1 wicket. You definitely want to have your ace spinner bowling some more. I can understand with how the batting, Sri Lanka's batting set up, why Ravman Powell was doing certain things, but 179 for 5 at the halfway stage, based on the fact that we bat all the way down to probably number 9 or 10 or even 11. You understand, we probably were confident that we would be able to get it. But what we needed was definitely a good start, and that is exactly what we got. Evan Lewis on his return getting a half century. Man was smooth as usual. First couple of deliveries, he was, just getting himself in, working it around a little bit until he got off. I mean, he had time to do all of that because Brandon King was there and he teed off. So King returning from an injury that he sustained. I think he was against England in the World Cup. Played only 4 games in the CPL, returned for this first game here and was able to top score for us. He got 63 from 33, 11 fours and 1 6, strike rate of 190. Evan Lewis 50 from 28, 5 fours and 4 sixes, strike rate of 178. Shea Hope made 7, Raston Chase made 19, Ravman Powell made 13. Rutherford was left not out on 14. Very good knock by Rutherford, and Ramar Shepherd not out on 1. Now, just to talk a little bit about how the wickets went. Evan Lewis, he was actually he was actually outsmarted by the bowler there. It was a slower ball, he went after it and was out caught. You understand? Brandon King basically the same thing. I think Brandon King, his ball, if I remember correctly, got stuck in the pitch, and he just got onto him a little slower than he thought. Took I think it was a leading edge, and he got out caught. Shea Hope made 7. You understand? Hosaranga got rid of him. Bowl and caught Hosaranga. Ball stuck basically, stuck in the pitch. It was a bit slower than he thought. I know that's exactly how Shea Hope got out. Probably I'm mixing up Brandon King a little bit. But Raston Chase, he got a wide one outside the half stump. Didn't move his feet at all. Went after it. I think it was a slower ball and he took the edge and was caught behind. Ravman Powell, as per usual, got off to a very, very rough start. Was struggling against the spin until he was outdone. You understand? Sheffield Rutherford, as I said, 14 from 12, finishing off with a boundary to get us across the line. Now, we were 107 for 1, right? So we put on an opening partnership of 107. The 107 for 1, 114 for 2, 128 for 3, 160 for 4, 167 for 5. And then we got all the way up to 180 to win the game. Now, bowling for Sri Lanka, Patharana, he picked up 2 for 27. We saw Mendes getting 1 for 14 from his 2 overs. We also saw Hasaranga and Tikishani both picking up a wicket apiece. So that was how the bowling went for Sri Lanka. In the end, West Indies winning the game by 5 wickets with 5 balls to spare. So congratulations to the men, and well done. Big up on yourself.